officials in the Russian regions are calling on the population to enter into contracts with the army and volunteer to go to war against Ukraine. Some of them promise additional payments or credit holidays, while others organize raids on migrants who have received Russian citizenship but have not registered with the military. In almost all regions of the Federation, summonses are massively distributed with the requirement to appear at the military registration and enlistment office for data verification. Those who come are urged to sign a contract. So local authorities try to fulfill a plan lowered from above for the number of so-called volunteers.
This is a loss recovery. I urge Russian citizens to simply think about why every time there is a new mobilization in the Russian Federation, with no official losses. We have no losses and that's it. But still we need new people, new waves of mobilization. That is, ask yourself the question, why mobilization if there are no losses? The answer is obvious. Consequently, the losses are very high. There are not enough people, a huge number of dead and wounded, missing, prisoners, and that's why they need new meat.
The Russian authorities are trying to recruit to participate in a full-scale war against Ukraine foreigners too. In Armenia and Kazakhstan they distributed online ads for those wishing to enter the contract service in the Russian army. The hunt is also on migrants without Russian citizenship.
As of late June 2023, Russia has been appealing to citizens of neighboring countries with recruitment adverts for individuals to fight in Ukraine. Since at least May 2023, Russia has approached Central Asian migrants to fight in Ukraine with promises of fast-track citizenship and salaries of up to $4,160. There are at least 6 million migrants from Central Asia in Russia, which the Kremlin likely sees as potential recruits. From a message from the UK Ministry of Defense on Twitter.
Moscow is not limited to citizens of neighboring countries. According to the Cuban Ministry of Interior, Russia launched a human trafficking network, the victims of which were forced to fight against Ukraine. The scheme affected both Cubans who are in Russia and those who live in their own country.
Cuba's enemies are promoting distorted information that seeks to tarnish the country's image and present it as an accomplice to these actions that we firmly reject. Cuba is not part of the war in Ukraine. It is acting and it will firmly act against those who within the national territory participate in any form of human trafficking for mercenarism or recruitment purposes, so that Cuban citizens may raise weapons against any country. From a publication on the website of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Cuba.
Employees of Russian regional administrations admit in conversations with their subordinates about what threatens to disrupt the plan for the recruitment of contract servicemen, whether they be Russian citizens or foreigners. According to them, a big mobilization is coming and another tightening of responsibility for desertion and non-registration of the military. Information about the future new call for war against Ukraine is also confirmed in the main intelligence directorate of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine.
Given the opportunities and desire that the Putin regime is now creating, of course they will not stand up to the price and tens, hundreds of thousands of lives of Russians. They will try to continue the agony of the Putin regime and in the end continue the aggression against Ukraine. The fact that not only disappointment awaits them on this path, I think that what happened in Ingushetia and Dagestan in the autumn last year will seem as a good time.
Manpower is the only virtually unlimited resource available to Moscow. However, the level of training of personnel, its provision and the price which the regime will have to pay for crimes against Ukraine and its own people are open questions. Reported by Serhiy Kulas, Valeria Nekipelova, UATV News.